Hi, hello, and howdy, everybody. Welcome to A Fistful of Value. Um, I keep making that pun about how it's a bad Clint Eastwood movie joke, and I will continue to do so. It is a poor attempt making a pun around an old timey cowboy movie. I am Miguel. I pronouns are they, he. I will be GMing this evening, afternoon, or morning, whatever time zone you subscribe to. That's between you and yourself. Before we get going, I'd like to go ahead and introduce our awesome cast of players and characters. So let's go ahead and go around the table, virtual table. Let everybody know who you are and then also who you have been portraying and will continue to do so today. Let's go ahead and start out with Amanda.
Hi everyone, my name is Amanda. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Cabra. And I am the tech part time here at. I have been playing Lily, who is a toad using they pronouns and is an arbiter. So basically, sort of I think it's a mix between a berserker and a paladin almost. So I will pass it to L.
Uh oh.
Uh oh.
We might have a small, difficult technologically situation. Cassidy, why don't you take it away?
Hello, I am Cassidy. You can find me on Twitter at awkwardcassidy underscore. And I will be playing Stick, the possum tinkerer, who I enjoy playing very, very much.
Awesome, thank you. And I'll go for L. They've been playing Rain, our Crow Ronin, also. Well, we get this all sorted out. Let's go through a quick recap of last episode session's events. That's on this tab, not the other one. Let's see what happened. We woke up from a lovely sleep at the Tusk and Talon Inn, where we stayed in the common room. Everyone had a little brekkie, and were rudely interrupted by a couple of mercenaries working for the Riverfolk Company, Cranston and Bigot? No, Bailey. I get those confused. Not really. Cranston and Bailey,
not inaccurate.
Not a couple of what happened? Yeah, mercenaries. They kind of went around being bullies, and then offered our band of vagabonds a gig if they also wanted to be fellow mercenaries, which was promptly declined because, as mentioned beforehand, they are a-holes. From there, our plucky band went to meet with the heads of the mining guild here in town, a couple of Gophers brothers, I believe, named Rick and Rodney. They're the head honchos down there at the mining guild, operating the Hollowstone iron mine, bunch of this, but not by them because they're at the top. Why were we there? We were there because our awesome tinker Stick had devised a contraption, a device, an invention that would do a lot of the swinging and picking and mining for the miners. The miners just have to operate the equipment. It seemed like a great opportunity, reduce their workload, get them work, get them stuff faster, win-win for everybody. Rick and Rodney saw it as a quote opportunity to cut operations, reduce operational costs. We didn't like that. Sounded like bullshit talk to us. And layoffs, and no one wants that, right? We're trying to do this for the denizens because they are the people, right? Power to them. So we told them to kick rocks and left promptly. Is that right, y'all?
I believe so. That sounds about right.
Right. Thank you. Righteous. So from there, we decided to check in on the mine itself, right? Go meet with the people who would benefit directly from this fabulous invention, again, made by our tinker Stick, to see, let's get this in the hands of them. They'll operate it themselves. They'll do this, cut out the bad bosses, and we can still help them, right? It's have a direct impact on them. Everything was going cool, except on the way to the mine itself, we traveled through the woods, the scary woods, the woodlands. That's what this whole game is about. On the way there, we saw a really cool couple of statues that are presumably of a Nura make and design. I say presumably. Our toad lily knew exactly what they were, and could even read the inscription on the statues, right? Which depicted two Anura in battle, and was titled "Sibling Rivalry." From there, we ran into a squadron of scouts from the Aery dynasties, quite far away from their territory, but not surprising, seeing as there is a war on, and we're going to be, it's possible to see them and the Marquise anywhere, everywhere, at any time. That's what happens. These three scouts named name. Just kidding. Viola Lightfeather, Rigby Jenkins, and Lucille Robella shared some information. They let our band know that the reason the Marquise has had such a hunger for iron lately is, up their demand, is pitting neighbor against neighbor, etc., to meet this quota, is because they have a secret lab somewhere up here near Hollandstone, and they're brewing up some kind of weapon that they think will turn the war, turn the tide in their favor, etc. And Viola and company were here to make sure that does not happen, that they're shut down before they're able to complete the designs on this thing, right? Viola's intel says that it's still in development, but the Marquise is, gathering resources so they're ready to mass produce, as they often do with things, right? With them in their clever workshops. Our plucky band decided to help these Marquise agents, and determined to go destroy the lab themselves, right? Offered and said, we'll take care of business here. Y'all go distract the Riverfolk Company and disrupt operations. And everything was agreed upon. Our bird friends flew off to make that happen. Our own plucky band here, our pile of sticks, camped for the night. Before we get going with the goods, that's not how people talk. Let's talk about how we're going to. You all get to reduce a bit of harm from staying in the woods, or from an overnight, but it's a little bit less than you would normally get, and I am here for it. It's on a page that I'm looking up. Let's all just chill out. Okay. Everybody can clear one exhaustion as we rested in a safe and well set up campsite in the forest. That is all you get. So I hope no one was too exhausted. Anyway, we're waking up. It is, we'll say, dawn-ish, right? It's not like that little, whatever the opposite of twilight is, right? Like the sun is just peeking out. You just are able to see a little bit of light here in the woods. It's dawning, I guess. We'll say pre-dawn, whatever that is. Someone has a thesaurus. I'm curious to find out. However, as you awake, you notice that you're not alone. There are 3 hooded figures standing in your camp, not close, right? They're not like menacingly close. They're not menacing either. They're sort of just standing there. As one of them sees you rouse, she kind of looks in your general direction and says, "Good morning to you. We are here on behalf of our mistress. You may know her as Whisper."
Rain was reaching for their sword, immediately stops reaching for the sword, and relaxes and gives Lily and Stick a little thumbs up with their birdie hand.
Any reaction from Stick or Lily?
I feel like Lily would have been startled, and so you just hear her,
Mhm.
I forgot what frogs call that. I'm just gonna call it the little throat sac. Just go out of fear.
I believe that's 100% accurate. That sounds scientific to me.
Okay.
Equally startled possum noises.
Just a hiss.
Equally startled possum. Got it. Thank you. She continues. She says, "Let me introduce myself. My name is Regina." She sort of lifts her hood on her little outfit, and she is a groundhog type denizen. She says, "Me and my friends here, Tiffany and Larry," and then again, the hoods go down and two foxes appear. Little fox ears kind of up after the hood comes down, and they say, "We are humble petals in service of our mistress. We deliver flowers to the people of the clearing and beyond. Sometimes we also deliver messages on her behalf. However, today, she's here to deliver it herself. We're just here to make sure no one interrupts you. We take our leave." And as they say that, the three of them sort of back up into the woods, and it's not too long before they just completely disappear, like out of sight. And another voice you hear, and then stepping in from the woods, almost like kind of just appearing, is an older crow. It is the flower seller that you met in the clearing in Hollowstone your first night here. She walks on a cane, right, in one hand, and in her other hand she's got like a basket of flowers that she's just like holding right here with her arm, and is approaching. She said, "Hello, good morning to you all. I was very much hoping I would run into you again before you left Hollowstone. And it appears I did not, but I'm glad to have caught you before you've gone too far. How are you, sweet Rain?"
Little startled, I think we all are. A little bit, I guess, upset with myself that I wasn't able to hear you coming, but I suppose that's probably more to do with you than it is with me.
I try not to be too hard on yourself, dear. I'm sure with time, with practice, you'll be just as good as I am.
She's so good at being hidden, she's all blurry.
Right. Yeah, no, that she cast blur on herself, and now everyone has disadvantage to attacks for 1 minute or whatever. Just kidding. That's not here. Well, hey, look, there I am. She said, "I'm sure you're all curious as to why me and my sweet petals are here today. I heard on the wind that you visited with some agents, I'll say, of the Airy dynasty. Now, while I'm not always the biggest fan of theirs, I believe the clearing's best interest and their intentions align today. And I'm just here hoping that the rumor I heard was true, that you are planning on aiding them."
It was true, yes. There's a lab that we're looking for. You and your friends wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Petals can be quite scattered.
As a simple florist, I don't know that I would know anything about a lab. But one of my sweet children has told me of a strange structure to the north of here, just past the Hollowstone mine. almost at the north end of the peninsula. Just follow just north until you hit the coast, and no doubt you will see it. They tell me it is letting off the foulest smoke with the bitterest, most unnatural odor. I can't believe what that. I can't help but believe that is will be bad for the plants, including my flowers. And so, once again, I feel that my interests are aligned here as well. I think getting rid of this foul structure may be the best thing for everyone, whatever it may be.
I think that you're right about that. Thank you for your guidance.
Now, I don't have much else to offer beyond that, but I do give you this. And she takes the flower basket and just kind of leaves it in front of her. I hope you will put it to good use, and that when you're done, you will come calling, so I may thank you properly with a spot of tea, perhaps some cake, and of course, riveting conversation. Now I have flowers to deliver, so I will let you get on with your day, dear. Thank you. And then she also just smoke, into the woods.
We meet the weirdest people.
You really do.
All right, I'm gonna look in the basket. What weird, suspicious thing has this old woman left me?
Gotcha. Yeah, there are flowers at the top, right? It's pretty easy. They're all individually wrapped in a little bit of like that fancy little crinkly paper. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of, what was that? Baby's breath and some other filler bullshit in there with them, so you can junk up the price a little bit. They are, I don't know, flowers, something dark blue. It doesn't exist here. It's unique to the woodland, right? But they're nice, like a dark blue with kind of a puffy little petals on the top, kind of like a shag carpet, right? I'm sure we have those. You kind of sift through them, and after like the first layer or two, you feel something much more solid than flowers. And you pull out an item. You feel several like little cylinders in there. I don't know that you or Lily may recognize it, but Stick would immediately recognize this as the stick of dynamite.
Stick, what's this? What's going on here?
She definitely heard us talking.
Stick.
What does this do?
Violet arson.
Very aggressive blowups.
I think we can put that to use.
Boom boom stick.
Like 12 of them in there. You got a dozen.
Lots of boom boom stick.
Apparently, this is a pretty big structure.
Rain, remind me, the last when you parted ways with Whisper the first time, she imparted a coin.
Yes.
On you, what was the symbol on there?
Sure. I have to go back. Let's see. I want to
say it was the rabbit skull, but
I think it was the rabbit skull. It was some type of skull. I can say that for certain.
Okay, good. That was correct. At the bottom, there is another here, and instead of the rabbit skull, same size, same metal and weight, everything, but it is instead just like a carving of a raven's talon, or like it's a whole little slashy leg guy.
All right. Collecting coins, I guess. I do like shiny things.
Who doesn't?
Any clue what it means?
Does Rain have any clue what it means?
No. I don't think so.
I
Not yet.
have absolutely no idea.
Well, I guess money's money, huh?
Is this money?
You have a
Not every
suspicion that it
coin
is
is
not.
money. The voice in my head says I have a suspicion that it's not.
Exactly. Right. What
Well,
do
at
we do,
least we
folks?
have big boomsticks. We have a direction, so I say we head in that direction. I can maybe fly up and try to scout a little bit.
As a stick expert, I will put these special sticks in my backpack.
And I'll make sure
I
that
think-
stick doesn't blow up.
It's a solid
I
plan.
would like our stick to not blow up.
They're just special sticks.
You're a special stick.
Your
Ah.
special stick.
I am also explosive.
I know. It's very pretty. You're like a firecracker.
Yeah, a little bigger.
Let's see here. Yeah, what's our
So going in the direction, Rain's gonna try to fly up, see if there's a big old smoke trail in that direction.
It takes you a little longer than you thought, than you'd think it would, right? You sort of, is everyone else moving north as Rain goes, or y'all just waiting for Rain to get back?
I think we're all going.
Moving,
Okay.
yes. I think,
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Rain's
So-
just scouting ahead, but we're
Gotcha.
Yeah, Rain's just scouting ahead a little bit, but we're all still
Mhm.
moving in the direction.
No, perfect. Okay, so then never mind. Then I'll, yeah, that's
Stick is following but not looking because she is actively playing with string to make a fuse.
these have fuse.
Oh yeah, but you can never
Um,
use too much. You can never have too much.
Oh, fair. Nice. Big brain stick. Yeah, you head north. Rain, you see it first. You know, the others are still trailing a little ways behind you, having made camp and everything, right? But if you continue on, you know, your direct path here, you will come like right into the mine. You know, you're going to intersect with a path that, you know, is maybe just like a few meters, I don't know, feet, you know, a few dozen feet or so from like the entrance of the mine. Yeah, it's coming
Is
up on
the
you.
unit of measurement in stick called or in root called pause?
I don't know, honestly.
It should
they-
be,
It should be, because it's not feet. Pause.
but I mean, not everybody has paws. Some people
Right.
do have feet.
I mean,
But there are
have-
more. There are objectively more paws
Some have-
than feet.
this feels
That's
like
true.
Toad erasure.
Toad and bird erasure. In this party,
Yeah.
there are objectively more feet than paws.
Touche.
Oh,
Maybe it's like feet and meters. It's paws and feet.
Ah,
You use the one you like more.
yeah, that's good. I dig it. But yeah, do y'all do anything to avoid being seen at the mine, or do you just
Rain's
Go
gonna
like
try
it's-
to be a little bit stealthy.
okay? Do you have stealth as a roguish feat to roll?
I do not think I do.
What do you have to work with?
Got blindside. I've got some finesse
Mm-hmm. Is blindside your only roguish feat?
at the moment.
Gotcha. I'm gonna say you, being a bird, you're able to fly high enough that you avoid anyone's gaze. You know, everyone's all these miners. You know, they're focused on the job. Their lives are in the ground, so they come in, but none of them really looking up. How about Lily and Stick? Do y'all attempt to sneak across, try to get by without being noticed, or you're just like, whatever, we're just strolling through the woods. NBD.
I would say that stealth isn't necessarily strong suit.
Sure.
Because my roguish feat is also blindside, so I feel like,
Oh man.
yeah.
I think unless someone actively told Stick that they were stealthing, that is not what Stick is doing. Not on purpose. It's just if she wasn't told they're sneaking, she's not sneaking.
Gotcha. So
I'm trying
Stick's
to lay
doing
low,
whatever.
but not. I would say lay low, try to be quiet, but not necessarily like stealth.
Mm,
But no, Lily's definitely breaking like twigs and stepping on crunchy leaves.
gotcha. Yeah, it sounds like. Well, you are okay. So it sounds like y'all are attempting to, or at least Lily is attempting to not be seen, somewhat. So yeah, even though you don't have stealth, that sounds like you're trusting fate. So you want to roll with luck. Did you let Stick know that, like kind of keep it a little hush, or
Yeah, I was like, don't giggle so loud over the boomsticks. Keep it low, keep it low.
and does Stick attempt to?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming if neither of us have
Ooh.
then sorry, have sneak, then we're yeah, we're trusting fate, push your luck, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, trusting fate, I think, is
No whammies.
no
What you're
whammies.
going for.
So that's roll with luck. Is that correct?
Sure is.
I got 6.
I got 5.
Oh no.
Because I have a -1.
Oh no.
I told you, like I imagine Lily's kind of big. It's kind of hard for.
No, it happens, right? So yeah, it's exactly as you described, right? Lily's trying to be smooth, keep quiet, but like, yeah, there are branches crunching, the leaves rustle as you're coming out. Stick, your big backpack is just like making all kinds of noise and also like hitting on branches and stuff. You draw the eyes of a few of the miners as they're kind of arriving. Right. It doesn't help that you did pop out of the woods right in front of them as well as they were like coming down the road. They didn't even somehow didn't wait till they got past you. And they just kind of look at you like, you two okay?
Yeah, just just a little turned around, I guess.
Yeah, mine's that way. And they point, obviously, just the mine right there. Town's that way. Good luck. And they just keep walking.
That makes sense. Thank you.
That's it. That's all that happens. Yeah, y'all continue on. You head north. From here, it's a bit more of a. It's a bit more unfamiliar, right? Not that any of it was. None of you really been here before, I think. You press on, and I'm trying to decide if we need to do a travel roll or just something else. Let's consult the rules. What do the rules say, y'all?
The rules will tell us.
See, this
also, you are the DM, and you can just.
Oh, I'm going to. No, but the travel moves are specific from moving from clearing to clearing. I have used them in the past as just like a generic like this, but because you're not just trying to move to a specific place. You're not trying to move to a specific place. You're trying to find the place that you're going to. I want to make it a little not as boring as just a travel move. Not that travel moves are boring, but let's see. Maybe we can do something else. I'm going to fudge this a bit and say, oh, because it's a roguish feat. Rain, because you're the one flying. This is a roguish feat out of the Travelers and Outsiders book. It's tracking, which I think is very useful. Even though you don't have it, we'll say you can use it in this instance. So it would just be a roll with finesse, like any other roguish feat.
Okay. I'm pretty good at that.
Wait, is it finesse cunning? Damn, I don't even know the.
If it is cunning, then I'm
Yes.
even better at that.
Give me 1 sec to wrap my brain around this game. I should know. Yeah, no, it is finesse. I was just second guessing myself. Don't worry about
All
it.
right, that is a 10 total.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, you get it. It doesn't take you much time after you all clear the mine, where you do indeed see this like plume of just dark smoke a ways away to the north. Coming, it looks like probably, just as described, close to the coastline there on the north side of the peninsula. You were able to signal to Lily and Stick, right here. It takes all the better part of the morning to get there, probably say midday-ish, early. It's like early afternoon, right? Maybe like between sun just hit the and it's like kind of going the other side again. As far as getting here, it did take quite a while, and I'm assuming y'all were moving with some urgency. So let's all mark 1 exhaustion. But we are here. As you approach, you see it is like it's a clearing, but not like the clearings are like towns. Like it's just a spot that has recently just been, chopped down, cleared out, and this kind of hasty, large structure has been built there with like multiple little chimneys coming out the top that are all just emitting this like vile, dark smoke, and it's all like congealing into one big plume as it comes up, right? From your spot in the woods, you can see there are Marquise soldiers. These are not the Princeton's privateers you've encountered in Hollowstone, constabling around. These are, regular soldiers of the Marquise army. They've got that classic little dome hat, spears, and a shield, right? As they patrol, and each of them also has a short sword on a hilt. There are a couple on the roof of the building with bows and arrows, kind of keeping a lookout, but it is hard for them to do so. As you can see, they're kind of always like coughing a little bit from their unfortunate positions up there. It's like probably like a 2-story-ish building, right? Or at least as tall as one. It might be all, open concept in there. We don't know. We don't know what the layout is. They could have finished the roof, have a nice vaulted ceiling or something, or it could just be like warehouse style, like walking into a Chipotle, Yeah, it's quite big, but this is a very older, denser part of the woodland up here, so the trees are even taller than this building is, despite its size. So very well concealed, except for the smoke. But being as far north as they are, they don't really mind. You're assuming they don't really care that much.
All right.
What do we do?
How many guards total are there?
I think that sounds like you're trying to read a tense situation.
It does, doesn't it? Gosh.
Let's see here. Persuade an NPC option. Scrolling. That's with cunning.
Yes. Yes. All right. We go, babies, go. Okay, it's decent. 8 total.
Solid. So you got one question of our lovely list here. If you're asking numbers, the second, who or what is the biggest threat, or the second to last, what should be on the lookout for might be. Might get you some
I'll
information
go
in that
for
direction.
who or what is the biggest threat.
Gotcha. So you watch for a while, right? You're in no hurry. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Are y'all in a hurry? You tell me.
I don't think we're in a hurry. We can stake out.
Nice. So it takes you a while, but you do kind of get a sense for the patrol routes that they're taking. You were fortunate enough that you're there for like a changeover, so you see on the roof there were the two archers. They come down via like wooden ladder that's been appended. It's stuck to the side of the building. We'll say it's attached, so it doesn't come out. Then two others come up to take their place, and there are 6 little foot soldiers patrolling the area, of various type. There's a couple of foxes, rabbits, mice, the drill. But there is one, you can tell, like captain or squad leader out there kind of giving orders. It's a larger feline, an ocelot, from what y'all can tell. A little on the bigger side. No spear or even shield that this captain seems to carry, although they do have a little fancy hat denoting their rank, right? Maybe there's a little plume in it too. No, they wouldn't do that. That's barbaric.
That would be horrifying.
It's nightmares to anyone they fight, right? Like, that could be me. Nah, they don't do that. It's like a Beatles horn, just like stuck in there. It's like small one. Maybe there's like a little pin or like some kind of flourish.
Arguably, aren't they at war with the Aries?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is like that would just be like barbaric, right? Like wearing the skin of your enemies to battle. That's yikes. The Marquise are a little more refined. They think, right? They deploy civilized brutality.
We love that.
At least in their eyes, it's for the greater good, right? They're like, we're just bringing everyone up to our level, spreading our technology and our crumpets.
The greatest enemies of all woodland creatures are capitalism and the French.
That is the theme of this game. Yes. Orange ocelot. We'll say our ocelot captain does have like a big big sword on the back, right? Big two-hander, something out of a Final Fantasy. I won't bother with a number. Just use your imagination. One of the big sword era ones. I don't know if that's still a thing or not. I gave up after like 11.
I think it's still a thing.
So old. I was in college and then never mind.
Guess what? So was I.
Hey. Freshman year. Anyways, that was 10. And so I stopped going to class. I digress. So yeah, we're here. The captain, is barking out, meowing out orders. You're here. A couple. You notice they move in pairs, right? So technically, there are 3 patrols going around at all times. There's always a 2 and 2. Hurrah, hurrah! They do come into the woods a bit, but you will say y'all have positioned yourselves far enough out that they don't come as deep as you are. But you still have like decent line of sight, especially being able to perch up in the trees and whatnot. but yeah, from what you can see, that's your biggest threat. I'd say the biggest threat is the guard captain, because he's able to command such a force, right?
All right.
Such a force. There's like 8 of them. 6 on the ground, 2 on the top.
Okay, 6 on the ground, 2 on the top. So that's more than double our numbers. The captain, we could maybe catch off guard and threaten to force the others to surrender, but that might be too big of a scene.
Whoever's the sneaky of us could light a boomstick far away, make them go running to look.
Create a distraction. That could be a very good plan.
That is a pretty good plan. Does anyone see any good entrances or exits? Because I didn't really.
So we'll say from where you're at, you're sort of like at a diagonal, like, when you're looking at the building, you can see like the corner of it on the side kind of facing you more, right? Or that you have more of an angle on, no noticeable entrance, but like the other side, there is at least the only one that you can see, but it's where the guard captain is kind of posted up, right, as the rest of them are patrolling. But yeah, that's the one y'all can see. But no notion if there are any on the other side of the building or not, we'll say.
Can only one of us read a tent situation, or can anybody?
Anybody can basic move at any time.
I would like.
Absolutely.
Let's see. With cunning. What is my cunning? That is only a 6.
Does anyone want to mark exhaustion and help turn that into a 7?
I'm worried if we mark too many exhaustions, we'll be too
Exhausted.
tired. Yeah.
It's a fair. Yeah.
Plus, I feel like Stick has to have pretty good cunning.
That's
I believe
Yeah,
in
I don't
Stick.
have any bonuses to cunning, so.
No, you're fair. So with your 6, you don't succeed. However, as you're trying to read the situation, you're kind of moving, try to get a better eye, right? Get a better angle on this, trying to get, again, you're trying to get a full read of everything. You don't have to worry about creating a distraction. We'll say that much. As you kind of stumble at one point. You make a loud noise. You hear like kind of a crash. The Rain and Stick, you hear from where you are. You hear like a little further over the wood there. You're like, yeah, big crash as well. And then you hear 2 voices, right? One's like, "Do you hear that?" And like, "Yeah, let's go." And then Lily, you can hear like the sound of like 2 guards rushing your direction. You got maybe a few seconds until they pop into where you at. By your reckoning, what do you do?
How far away is it's to try it? I'm not I'm not even gonna try to run. I'm just going to I'm gonna try to trick him, actually.
Heck yeah, light of cats.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they come through the clearing, or not through the clearing. They come, through the woods, and they see they see you standing there. They're both pointing their spears in your direction. We'll say one is a mouse, one is a fox. Yeah, you mark say soldiers. The fox is like, what are you doing all the way out here? This is off limits area.
Well,
go about your business. Head back. Town's that way.
Well, actually, I think it is my business because see, I'm a mercenary for hire, and I was hoping maybe I could join you guys.
Yeah, you should go back to town, ask about that. Go to Princeton's privateers. They'll take a look at you. They sort of like size you. Like, yeah, I mean, you look like you could Well, actually, no. Just JK. You said that. Let's try to trick him. Let's roll that trick. I'm gonna rewind a bit, and you're like, yeah, this is what I'm looking for.
That is a 10.
I jumped the gun there, and then so yeah, that is fantastic. On a hit, they take the bait, do what you want. So now they said choose one. Yeah, they're like, so yeah, again, they're like, yeah, I mean, obviously you're a mercenary. Look at you. But yeah, you want to just head back to town, and they'll go to Princeton's Privateers. The mouse like jots something down real quick. He's like, say Jasper sent you. I'm your referral, and just gives that to you. So, and then the fox kind of like elbows the mouse. Is like, Jasper, man, I was gonna do that. like, but yeah, on your way though. Come on. And they just sort of like stand there expecting you to start heading the other way.
But I'm already here.
This is not where you want to be. Trust us.
What? Why is that? I mean, you guys seem like you're pretty good soldiers. Like, why would I want to be posted up here?
They start eyeing each other. You see Jasper, the mouse, his grip on his spear begins to tighten. While the fox, will say he introduced himself as Craig. Yeah. Craig is like, listen, you seem a decent enough person here. I'm trying to do you a favor. Last warning. Back to the woods. With you. Town's that way.
Fine. And you can just kind of see me walking away, but I'm just like making eye contact with them the whole time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Arms crossed.
As you start backing away, they don't like quite relax or anything, Mm-hmm. But you see a quick like between them, and the mouse starts running back the opposite direction of the woods while Craig stays there, kind of still with eyes on you.
Would we have had
while
time?
This is going on? Yeah.
Well, I was about to ask. I think if Lily is distracting the two primary guards, mm-hmm. Rain may try to sneak with Stick. Be nice and quiet about it.
Gotcha.
Actually, Stick. You might want to divide their forces a little bit more. You have one of those boomsticks.
That was the wrong button. I said I have 12.
About to ask. Right.
I kept hitting the wrong unmute.
How would you feel about having 11? I could drop one from the sky. Get them all freaked out. Oh, the Aerie Dynasty's here. They're attacking us. We have to go fight them. Ah! That's exactly what they'll say.
And then you want to drop a boomstick or rocks? Like, do you want to give away that we have boomsticks?
Oh, that's true. See, this is why you're the smart one. This is why you're the smart one, and Lily's the fighty one, and I'm the talking to people one. We balance each other out. Yeah. All right, so I can gather some rocks, start dropping them.
Rocks are heavy in terms of flight.
Like pebbles that you could just gently toss. Raining pebbles.
Probably wouldn't make enough noise to alert the guards back at the base. Now you could start dropping. Are you thinking of dropping rocks on the facility itself, or just out in the woods to make noise?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that was my impression.
Yeah, and in the woods to make noise, not necessarily on the facility itself.
Yeah. So I think anything big enough that you would need to make a proper noise like that would probably be too heavy to carry as a bird. You could start. You could do like a, something light enough that you could carry, toss, find another one, etc. But yeah, in terms of something that's going to make a big loud crash as it comes down, I don't think that would be, unless you have, you could attempt in athletics. Not that. No, it's acrobatics is the rogue street. Never mind. I thought there was like a strength based one.
Would might be helpful at all?
Yes. I would say we would. How about this? This is interesting. We call it a trusting fate, but rolling with might instead of luck.
Okay.
Let's do. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Heck yeah.
Fun now, dice. Be nice to me. Don't roll like you did before. They might be upset that I insulted them. They're not. We're good. Yay. That is an 11 total.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so yeah,
Rain's a strong bird.
Muster this, extra birdly strength. You find just like 2, 3 whopping boulders. I mean, not boulders, but like, large enough that they'll be breaking branches and stuff on the way down. And then you just like, whoa, you're with your wings and you take off with these, perhaps inspired by Lucille and her mega warhammer. And you're like, if that hawk can do that, I can do this,
Mm-hmm.
And then you're up there, you get enough height that you clear the top of the canopy, right? Of the trees, and then just a ways off from the lab itself, just boulders again, rocks come crashing down, crashing through the branches, snapping them and creating all kinds of ruckus as they go down. A few swarms of bugs are disturbed from their little nests, just come flying about and stuff. You hear shouting, all of you hear shouting from the structure, from the lab itself. A loud, deep ocelotty voice, right? Well, it says, you there, find out what that was. You two, stay here. And then the ocelot captain runs off with the two that they just instructed to go into the woods, goes running behind them, leaving to like calling in the other two and like kind of leaving them there. As the ocelot leaves too, he like thinks and then points at the 2 archers at the top. He's like, one of you with me to the skies. No, I'm just kidding. They're foxes. They can't. So they hop down, and then one of the archers starts going too. So you've got 3 left at the base. The rest checking out the noise, the distraction, and then Lily, you're still in eyesight of one fox. Although when you hear the crash, the fox ears kind of perk up and alert, and they go, hold it right there. Not another step. And I think we're gonna if everyone's pause for a break right there, and come back and see what's going on. Everybody at home, we're gonna take a small break. We'll be back here in about 10 maybe. Please don't go anywhere, or if you do, please come back. We'd love to have you here for the rest of our session. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Hi, hello, howdy, and welcome back, everyone, to a fistful of value, etc., etc., etc. Back from break. Thanks for sticking it out with us. Let's see. Right before we broke, the lovable vagabonds, our pile of sticks, had set off an elaborate distraction at the secret lab of the Marquise that they have found in the woods outside of Hollowstone because they're here to save the day. Guards are rushing out into the woods to see what this loud ruckus of snapping limbs and falling rocks and stuff is. They've sounded the alarm. Meanwhile, Lily, our stalwart toad, not sorry, give me your class again. Arbiter. I was right there. It was like, and then there it is. Thank you. Arbiter is just face to face with another Marquise soldier who has his spear trained on Lily and is going, hold it right there. What's going on? What is? You're a part of this. You can tell they're the loud noises that maybe has him maybe a little bit nervous. But he's just like, just hold it there, and he starts kind of inching towards you.
I just kind of keep my eye on him, and I don't.
Mm-hmm. It's like, that's right. That's right. You don't move. You're good. You're coming with me. We're heading back to the base. Come on. Let's go.
Is he behind me now and like trying to poke me with the spear?
No, he's just kind of trying to, he's like nudging you to walk forward, and then is trying to like walk backwards.
Okay.
He's just kind of like, he's like, you just keep it where I can see you. But let's keep going.
Right, lead the way, fuck.
He's like, okay. He keeps, shuffling back, like kind of looking back every few seconds to make sure he's not stumbling on something. From here, you start hearing, like the shouting and stuff. They're like, let's go over here in the woods, this and that. And the footsteps of like the loud running of the rest of the soldiers heading off kind of like, far off from where you all are. Or further off away. They're heading in the other direction. He's just like inching back ever so often. And it's like you can see he's starting to approach just like a few feet away from the break in the woods, right? And then before like kind of just like the ground, like just the bare ground around the compound there, the structure.
So for the weapon moves, am I able to do a special?
What are you trying to do? Like, let's talk through it.
I'm gonna try to disarm him. When he starts doing kind of like that, I will go for it and try to disarm him.
Okay, let's see. Is that a? Sorry, I'm looking at my reference sheet. So you rush him to try to disarm. Okay, and you have. I just want to make sure you have disarm, and then your weapon has the tag as well, right?
See, I'm actually using a battle axe, so I don't have. It's a close weapon, but I actually took cleave.
Yeah, so your weapon has to have
it has to have
the weapon tag. So with it, you could try to cleave, or you could just try to engage in melee to like start out, or whichever of those. Because yeah, I'd say if you're within close range where you're at, so you'd be close enough.
I'm gonna engage in melee.
It's our first time ever. Are y'all excited? Oop, hold on. I just want to load my okay. So yeah, let's do it. With engage in melee, you will be rolling might, and based on what you roll, we go from there. Done.
going to be a 7.
7. Excellent. So on a 7, you trade blows. Let's see. So when you engage in melee at close or intimate range, roll with might. On a hit, trade harm. On a 10 plus, pick 3. On a 7 to 9, pick 1. So out of that list of options there, you get to pick one of those as you begin to engage Craig the Fox with your battle axe.
I want to frighten.
Okay, absolutely. So as you step in, let's see. So you trade harm. He's got a spear. Yeah, he jabs, but just kind of wings you. So you're gonna take 1 injury, and then your weapon does 1 as well. So he'll take 1 as you come in and you kind of swing with your battle axe and you hit. I think you kind of follow up with like a hit from the hilt, and then you like shout something as you do or something like that to try to get him scared.
I imagine it's some sort of like guttural throat sound that almost sounds like a little bit of like a frog croak, but kind of like a Mongolian throat singing, just very guttural, like coming from like the back of my throat, which I can't do.
Yeah, as you do, you do that. You just like right there in his face, right? You let it out. It just like reverberates in the woods, right? And then you just see his eyes go wide. He's like steps back and he sort of stumbles. He doesn't fall, but he's like kind of like stumbles a bit, and you can tell he's a bit shook up, so much so that he hasn't quite reacted. You have an opportunity to like continue pressing or do. You could use your cleave because you've got it kind of at a disadvantage, or you can, basically your option would be like engage in melee again, or do something else. Like literally, you could do anything else.
I was just debating. I was like, I'm not a strategy person. I'm just gonna cleave.
Okay, so when you cleave armored foes at close range, which he is wearing, little guard's armor, you mark exhaustion and you roll with might. So that'll be you, and then you get more fun options than with engage with melee.
9, 10, 11.
All right.
Wow.
So on a hit, you
+3 to might. That's my
nice.
Okay. You inflict 3 wear. You smash their defenses and equipment, inflict 3 wear. Okay, so yeah, easy peasy. You just come down hard with the battle axe, right? Craig puts up the shield that he has. But not only do you smash through that, but you just splinter the actual armor that he's wearing as well, to where it's just completely cracked. He's fallen to the ground as well, and he's just completely shook. You've broken his morale at this point, and he just like he drops the whatever remnants of his shield he has and just like starts kind of like backing away. He's like facing up, right? He's kind of like crab walking or whatever, back away from you, just more like crawling, really. He's like, "Whatever, just get out of here. I'll give up. Just please leave me alone."
So I hold my axe up to kind of do that thing where you tilt his chin up, and if I remember correctly, Marion de la Shaw is with the Marquis de Sade, right?
Yes.
Oh, so I'd say, and then I say, tell Marion de la Shaw I send my regards, and then leave him to it.
He just starts like bolting in the direction of the base of the secret lab. He's just shouting. He's like, "Help! Help! They're coming from this side! Help!" And you can see he runs up. You can see the 2 guards at the door, the entrance that you all had spotted. and kind of starts pointing. I don't think you haven't emerged from the woods, have you?
Not yet, no.
So, okay, so he's just kind of pointing in the general direction where you are. You can see there's like they're not like bickering, but they're confused as the other. You can see the two guards shouting and like responding and like pointing in the direction that the presumably the distraction came from, and then they're like kind of back and forth. And it just kind of alerts them even more. One of them runs inside, and yeah, Craig stays up near the front. You can know he's in no shape to fight. He's like not even whatever the other guard is standing there, kind of nervously, kind of just watching while the two on the roof start scouring. But let's roll back to Stick. You've kind of just been hanging in the woods this whole time, as Rain's been flying around with rocks and Lily's been thrown down hard.
I think Stick is gonna try and find a way in.
Okay. Do you approach from the front just towards like where the front entrance is, or are you trying to like scurry your way around the back to see if there's something back there?
Who is there anyone at the door currently?
There are like at this point, yeah, Lily is engaging the guard in the woods, so there's still two guards posted at the door.
I think I'm just gonna try and sneak past them if possible. Like throw a rock to get them distracted as well.
Okay. Let's look at what we can do. So trap, probably not. How roguish are we feeling?
Super roguish.
Stitching, subtly stealing. That's not quite a pickpocket, not quite a hide. Okay, so yeah, same general concept. Get into or out of place without being seen, trying to cause a distraction so we're not seen going in. That would be another sneak roll, or in your case, since you don't have the roguish feat, it's trusting fate.
8.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to toss. So yeah, you toss some rocks in the general, just like a direction away from the door. The two guards that have been left are on edge enough that like any little noise kind of gets them, so they both go running towards where it went, but it's not. It's close. It's not that far. It's quite, like you just have like maybe a few moments, like a few seconds to make it to the door. So you gotta like hustle to get there in time before they start heading back and realize there's nothing there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and slip in when they're away.
Yeah, so you're able to. They're distracted enough that you get to the door. As you do, though, you notice it is it's locked. Do you have a?
I do.
Okay.
I do have pick lock.
Pick lock is it? So there we go. So we're gonna use your roguish feat pick lock. That will be a finesse roll. And then as far as equipment wise, that it'll be one depletion to produce a little instrument to pick the lock with.
That is an 8.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to pick the lock successfully. You like falls with a little, thud or whatever. It's like a big, heavy, cartoonish padlock, we'll say. Right? We're just gonna go real Daffy Duck with this. You head in, I'm assuming, right? Or do we just stay there with the door unlocked?
Indeed. I'm gonna try and sneak in.
And then as the door, swings open, just the loudest squeaks coming from the hinges. Like you don't think this thing's ever been oiled. You look in and you see just like a big open lab workshop is probably more accurate. There are your crates piled against some walls. Chains hanging from the ceiling. There's a smelter. You recognize a lot of metalworking equipment and stuff. Kind of in the middle of all of this, at a workbench, there are two figures in like heavy, like blacksmithing aprons and stuff, and like these metal masks that they're wearing, and they both look up as the door makes this noise, as do 4 guards that are in there, like on the other, on the inside. They'll just look at you.
I'm the new apprentice. As I pull out my tools and show them.
Yeah. One of the figures with the mask just starts shaking his head vigorously. It's like, there are no apprentices here. Get her.
I mean, yeah, I'm the first.
2 guards just come up and just seize you by each arm and start
I
dragging you
can
towards them.
prove it.
Yeah, they bring you up to the workbench. The one who instructed them to seize you lifts up their mask, their little face guard, right? And you see a big fluffy cat face. It's like kind of fur just poops out as the thing comes up. And I'm sorry, I just forgot who this was. She says, you can't prove a thing. I approve everyone who walks in and out of this lab, and I don't know who you are.
I've been sent from Hollowstone to give you a hand.
No one is sent here without my order. Sticker in the back. And the 2 guards again just gruffly grab you by the arms, start dragging you further into the facility.
The Marquis will not be happy to hear this.
She's not buying it.
Can I roll something to try and get her to believe me a little?
I would normally say you can roll to trick an NPC, but the move is only applicable if it's narratively applicable. She's in a position where she knows no one is coming here without her say so. She is firm in her belief.
The Marquis didn't approve assistance.
No.
Oh.
So yeah, so like you could roll, but if there's no chance the roll is going to succeed, we don't roll.
Yeah, fair.
Same as if there's no chance the roll will fail, we don't roll. We just move forward with it. So that brings us back to, for now, Rain. One of your colleagues has been captured. I don't know that you're aware of it. You're flying around, dropping rocks. There are Marquise soldiers in the woods kind of beneath you. They're kind of inspecting a lot of the damage that you've done so far. Do you continue your barrage, or you led them pretty far into the woods at this point?
If I've led them pretty far into the woods, I'm going to let them sit there and inspect the damages, drop one more just to freak him out a little bit. I'm going to drop it just a little further away, leave a little bit of a trail of breadcrumbs, and then I'm going to go high enough that they likely can't see me and double back, head over and see what's going on inside the lab. Because as much as Rain trusts Stick, Rain does not trust the Marquise.
Got it. As you come soaring in, you see a small scene. There are 2 soldiers returning to the door, which is now like kind of propped open. But before they even notice that it is another, a fox comes running out of the woods in like broken ass armor, stumbling as he goes. At one point, he's like falls to a knee, just kind of crawls a little, stands back up, and then is like, talking to them, pointing here, talking to them, pointing that way. The 2, or one of them goes off into the direction that Lily had gone. The other 2 stand there. The fox that came from the woods is like quivering right? And then the other one is just standing there, pretty nervous, really unsure what to do. You hear like a ruckus from the inside, and then he rushes in as well.
The other guard rushes in.
Right. So right now the door is unattended.
All right. Rain is going to blindside to grab the injured fox and put their sword to his neck, come in with him, sword to the neck, look at all the people in there. Anyone moves, I cut his throat. Understand?
Okay. So you said you wanted to do a blind side?
Yes.
Let's roll it, yeah. That's fantastic.
I'm going to try and simultaneously slip out of the grasp of the ones that were coming for me and join Rain if possible.
11.
Absolutely. Yeah, you come in, you swoop in, you just hit this this Craig, we'll say. He slams against the side of the building, a bit the wall, grab his own sword. You've got him positioned in. You're kind of, bolstering in, I guess. I don't know what to call it. You're surprised, I guess. You shock everyone as you come in, shouting demands.
And I do have notoriety with the Marquise, if that means anything.
Let's look at what we can do reputation wise. How many notoriety?
Almost 2. I'm 1 away from 2.
So you're disdained. You got at least a what? -1?
Yeah, I've gotten. Wait, is it the 3 boxes filled up to -2?
If you've got 3 filled out, that should take you to 1. And then when
I've got 6 filled out.
Okay.
They really don't like Rain.
But I feel like you started with a negative. Okay. I'm trying to think. So you've taken 6 boxes total?
Yes, 6 boxes total.
So when you hit 3 and you hit the 1, you erase your check boxes, and then it takes another 6 from there to hit 2. And the same goes with the reputation. So you're at disdained and you're halfway to reviled. However, as you have notoriety with them, you may still be able to. You may roll. We'll see what happens. That's not quite. You'd need the -2 on that one. Nope. It's opposite. Make a pointed threat. Ooh, not quite. Yeah, you need more disdain. Sorry. But
I've killed a bunch of these guys. I feel like they should kind of dislike me.
I don't disagree. I'm trying to see if maybe there's another rep move that we can use. Running without.
I wish.
I'm gonna. You know what? Because this is a short game. Short camp. Stop getting my desk. I tried to. Because we are in something of a short campaign. We're gonna wrap up someday soon. And you did in fact do a lot of damage against the Marquise. I'm just gonna give you the extra 3 notoriety, and you'll be at a -2. Which means you can roll, I would say, to intimidate enemy troops. It's a move out of the Travelers and Outsiders one.
That is what I was going for, yes.
Absolutely. Okay. As I guess we'll see what the result is here, and then we'll see how well Stick can slip out of
That's gonna be a 12.
Okay, that is fantastic. So on a hit, you put fear in the enemy. On a 7 or 9, pick 1. On a 10, pick 2. So you get 2 of those 3 options there.
Fantastic. I gotta find the page now.
Is 34 is the numbered page?
Okay, 34 is the number page. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun when there are so many books that we can look at.
Oh, I know.
It is genuinely fun. It's just also a bit of a hassle sometimes. All right. Okay, I cannot find it. So this is fun.
No worries. Let me see if I was just on it and then I moved to read something else. So here we go.
Man, why can't Root just enable Rain's war crimes?
When you draw attention to yourself and threaten enemy troops by wielding your reputation through an intimidating display, it's absolutely what this is. So pick two. First option, the enemy troops won't act until their leader makes a rallying speech or cry to them. The leader is exposed and vulnerable to attack. Two, the enemy troops will target you above all else when they attack. Or three, the enemy troops are rattled, inflict 2 morale harm on the group. So you get to choose 2 of those.
I would like to do everyone, but the one where they all target me because there are several guards and I am but one little bird.
Absolutely. So indeed, this happens. As soon as you do this, the 2 guards that were going for stick don't, right, they're still near you, stick, but they kind of they perked up and turned around to see like what's going on. The other 2 are trying to play this out all together. We inflicted 2 morale in the group. Does that are they big enough to count as a, yeah, okay, so then I'll mark that. They're shaking a bit, right? They don't know what to do. This is their friend and colleague, Craig. Maybe he's someone's cousin, you know? However, actually, yeah, there's another fox in there. We'll say they're cousins. You hear one of the guards, whoa, that's my cousin. Everyone, calm down.
It's Where Craig. In the room am I at this point?
Okay, you're maybe like, they started to drag you back or try to, right? But didn't succeed. So you're closer to the entrance than you are from like the rest of it, right? So as they're shouting and stuff, the two guards that had you by the arms, right, have let go, and one of them is the one that's shouting about Craig, and you're maybe like 10
How close am I to the forge? How close am I to the forge currently?
You'd have to get through the 2 like blacksmithy people to get to it. You'd be going the opposite direction of where Rain is right now.
Yeah, no, I mean like, is it within throwing distance?
Yes.
Okay. So I think some of them have figured out what I'm about to do. I'm going to take out a boomstick, light it, and toss it.
Yeah, you do not need to roll for this because you toss it. Do you say anything as you do?
No, I just run to Rain.
Yeah, so again, all the guards distracted by Rain and Craig. You toss a stick of dynamite. It goes over the workbench, over the head cat in charge, as well as her assistant.
Does Rain notice the fact that one of the big boomsticks is flying through the air in slow motion?
I think you see it, yeah, and indeed it's like twirling. You know, how much fuse did you give it?
This is one of the shorter fused ones. I had extra fuse in case we wanted to rig something.
Got it. So okay, no, that makes sense. Oh yeah. Then so that you didn't use that move. Okay, yeah, it just flies and it tosses, or it kind of like tumbles a little bit, but it definitely hits. Yeah, the forge area. you see panic in the cat's eyes, and she's just like, everybody out. And
try to move and I kill him.
If we don't get out of here, we're all dying.
Sucks for you.
Yeah. The fuse.
Stick out.
Stick starts to stick. What do you do?
Stick uncertainly starts to back up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, and it will say, maybe let them out.
No, I don't think I will. And is Stick outside?
I think like at the door threshold.
All right. Rain is going to stab the guard, throw him at the rest of the people, and then grab Stick, close the door, get out.
Back in the woods, Lily.
Lily is oblivious to all of this happening.
Yeah, what did we decide? There was one guard coming your way.
Yeah,
there's one. It was it's just like the one. But not long after, you see this guard approaching. You're in the woods. They don't quite see you where you're at. Then they start coming. They're like, "Is there a toad out here? Show yourself." You hear that. But then you hear kind of a smashing and a clanging at the building, from far off. This is when Rain is swooping in and taking sweet innocent Craig hostage. But the rest of that shit hasn't quite happened yet. But yeah, you're sitting around playing hide and seek with a guard or with a soldier. I mean, they're guarding this place. Tomato.
I feel like as I'm moving through the woods, I just will croak in response.
Yikes. Yeah. Flips in the direction that your croak came from, spots you. He says, who's behind this? Who are you with? It's trying to connect all of the different attacks as they see what's going on.
I'm with no one.
And it's like, well, we got problems going on. So if you're not with anyone, just get on out of here. And just like bolts in the other direction as you see like when he's going, he's like, what is this now? Seeing Rain and Stick come out of there and like shutting the door behind them as you hear like an explosion coming from inside this building. It shakes the ground a bit, and then some subsequent like sparks and pops you hear start going off as well.
I get concerned.
You remember the dynamite, right? The two guards that were up on the roof get shooken off. They kind of like fall off the sides, even in terrible pain. Like fire starts escaping from the top of the chimneys and whatnot that are set up there. But like you hear kind of like a slam or like a big crashing from the far side of the building, and a bunch of like coughing and stuff as this place starts to really go up in flames. Yeah.
Yeah, so I grow increasingly concerned as I realize I haven't seen Stick or Rain in quite a bit. So I feel like I just start beelining, like just straight up like Naruto running to the explosion as fast as my toad legs can take me.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do, and you see your fellow vagabonds there, amidst this toasty building. you also hear the sound of the remaining soldiers coming back from the woods. It's just the three of you. You can assume that the crashing you heard around the back was the rest of them escaping from the inside. Who knows what condition they're in, right? And then from the opposite end, you've got the remaining of, however many, like five of them out there now, three of them, 1,000.
We need to take the scientists out. If we don't, they're just going to do this again somewhere else. Stick, you have enough dynamite to hold off the forces coming, right?
No.
No?
No?
I say no, I don't. I just flagrantly lie about how much dynamite I have, even though they know how much I have.
Don't we have 11 left at this point? Is that not enough?
No, I used them all. Just now.
I know that Stick is lying, right? I saw with my
like can Lily see that there's just like still like sticks of dynamite sticking out from
Probably actually
from Stick's back.
Okay. Is there a problem?
I'm not throwing boomsticks at people. I was aiming for the devices.
They're gonna kill you if you don't.
We could just run.
No. They're gonna kill more people if we run.
I think the fire disagrees.
The rattling of them escaping disagrees with your disagreement.
I think we have time.
I'm going after the scientists.
We just said we'd destroy the building.
I said I was going to make sure that no one got hurt. The weapons weren't used. If the scientists are still alive, they can rebuild the weapons.
That's the opposite of people not getting hurt, actually.
I think Craig got hurt.
My people won't get hurt.
Your
people won't get hurt.
That's subjective. No people.
This is a war. It's impossible for no people to get hurt.
We're not part of it.
I'm always part of it. I'm a soldier, Stick. That's who I am. That's what I was raised to be. It's in everything I am. My blood, my feathers, my bones, my sword. All of me is a soldier. All of me will be at war until it ends. And if I have to hurt people who are hurting other people, if I have to make sure that my friends and my family are safe by hurting other people's friends and family, it is a price I am willing to pay. I get that it is a hard reality for you. But sometimes hard realities are just life. We can't all live in some fantasy world where we can endlessly create with people coming in from the north, people wanting to take our homes.
I think Stick is just standing there with her arms crossed. If we do that, they're gonna get mad at the townspeople. And that's the opposite of what we said we were doing.
They won't get mad at the townspeople. We are not the townspeople. They'll get mad at the Aerie dynasty. And they're already mad at the Aerie dynasty. They've been mad at the Aerie dynasty because the Aerie dynasty is the one thing keeping them from taking this place.
I think Stick is gonna put a single dynamite on the floor unlit. But that's all. Like, I'd say half, but I don't think you can safely break a stick of dynamite in half.
I mean, Stick would know.
I asked if you had the dynamite because I didn't want you to get killed. I've had too many friends die at the hands of the Marquise and be buried somewhere far from their home.
That's why we run.
But we never run.
I can't do that. I can't run knowing that I'm condemning people.
But you want to run to condemn people.
I'm running to condemn people who have already chosen their fate. They forged their shackles themselves. I am just putting them in them.
That's not shackles.
Nobody asked them to come here. Nobody asked them to build weapons. Nobody asked them to kill people. Nobody asked them to take this place over. They did that. They chose their side.
You don't know that.
I mean, they seemed pretty gung-ho about it when they were taking you away.
But that's just because she didn't want me to be there. There's a difference.
Seemed pretty gung-ho about that when they were driving all of the townspeople out of the town. You care so much about the townspeople. Why don't you care about them when their livelihood is threatened?
They weren't driving them out. They were just trying to get them to compete.
They were driving them out. They've been taking their jobs. They've been taking their jobs and their land.
This is very far from helping them win a mining competition.
You know what? If this is too far for you, then just you run. Lily and I will take care of it, and we'll meet back up in the woods.
I think Stick is gonna run.
Rain is going after the scientists.
Okay. Before fun thing's gonna happen with that. Lily, anything from you as this is?
I feel like Lily's now at the crossroads between wanting to protect Stick and wanting to continue her own.
Oof. Okay.
As Rain is leaving, Rain turns to Lily and bird wing hand to webbed foot hand. I know that you want to keep people safe, but this will keep people safe. Stick can take care of herself. Trust that. You're my friend. And more than that, you're my partner. I want you by my side.
Stick is my charge. Stick is too pure to be out there.
Which is why we're doing things for her. Which is why she's staying back.
But what if something happens?
If something happens, she has enough to defend herself. She'll be okay. Lily, I know you. And I know that you're going to think about this moment for the rest of your life. I know that you're a fighter and you don't want to give up that fight. And I know that you're loyal. You're loyal to Stick, you're loyal to me, and you're loyal to your people.
You just see a single tear fall down Lily's face. And I'm gonna go back for her.
If something happens, send my body to my family.
Die a warrior's death.
If they get their hands on my body, I want you to burn it. I lay with my family or I don't lay at all.
And I will continue the fight in Europe.
And Rain flies off in the direction of the scientists.
Can I, before you do, you don't have to. As you two are about to part ways, there's just like this crack, like thunder from the direction you were about to head. And behind you and off to the side a bit, the trunk of a tree just explodes, splinters flying everywhere, debris, and you turn around. The scientist, and her assistant, both there. Blacksmithy stuff is off, right? They're just in like kind of officer uniforms of the Marquise. The head scientist. We're gonna retcon a little bit and say she managed to introduce herself at some point because I can't let this name go another session. Her name is Rhonda Lousy.
Well, now we have to kill her.
Fluffy orange furred cat, standing there in her officer's uniform, ceremonial rapier, whatever, and then holding a small device that's smoking from an end. She kind of looks at it. Still not right. You wanted to destroy this so bad. Come and get it.
I want to destroy you.
Ooh, spicy. And that is, my friends, what we're going to call it for the evening. Stick Alone in the Woods. Our friends, Lily and Rain, face to face with Rhonda Lousy and her assistant Lance Fancyfoot. Sorry,
Lance Fancyfoot. Oh,
I missed Lance Fancyfoot.
And we'll say the guards that remain and are uninjured are kind of like bringing up the rear, right? They're not quite with them, but they're coming. They finally kind of mustered their courage. They found their morale, and they're all looking to get payback for Craig. Maybe you don't know that yet, but that's some free insight on their situation. And don't forget, we have the other soldiers out in the woods still somewhere trying to come back here. So yeah, that's where we are, folks. Thank you everyone for sticking with us, hanging out with us this session. Had a lot of fun. We will be wrapping up next week, so please join us again for the finale. I'm sure there will be plenty twists and turns. Hijinks will ensue. Don't fret. High fives will be had. That I can guarantee. So yeah, let's say goodbye. I have been Miguel, everyone. Been the GM, I suppose. You can find me on the internet at Miguel Classico, wherever social medias are sold. You can also find me at Tabletop AF. Sometimes I post. Starting Saturday, I will be over at the Initiative Orders Twitch channel running a new Root miniseries called Midnight in the Marshes, where I will be taking us to the opposite end of Midwater, down to Gramble's Log, which rumors say was just not usurped, but an uprising occurred, and Gramble's Log has shifted away from Marquise control and is now back in the denizens' hands, self-ruling clearing. At least those are the rumors coming from the other side of the war. Thanks, everybody. Let's see. We'll go the same order we did intros, so I believe that's Amanda.
Hey, Tell everyone. Us about you. My name is Amanda. I am the tech here at TT, and I have been Lily, the Toad Arbiter. You can find me everywhere, pretty much at Panda Cabra or Panda X Cabra, wherever you may roam, except for Blue Sky, because I'm still waiting on the invite. Because let's see, coming up on TTRPG, we will send out the casting announcements, the application soon. July 28th through 30th, I believe it is. Let me check my calendar because I actually have it up. Yes, July 28th through 30th, we will be having the second annual Faith Fair 2023. It is a birthday fundraiser for our founder, Nikki, and we will be fundraising for Trans Lifeline. So it will be all kinds of fun, fey goodness, and fairies, and rainbows, and sparkles, and all other kinds of stuff. So yeah, we'll be sending out the announcements for that soon, hopefully. So keep an eye on that as well. And I think I sent it off to Elle.
I think so. Hi, I've been Elle. Will I continue to be Elle? Find out. You can find me here every Tuesday. Well, next Tuesday is the last Tuesday of every Tuesday, but that's okay. And this Wednesday, you will find me over at Bardic Inspiration Network, where I will be playing in the second of our Tales of Exandria series. I'm playing a fun little druid over there who's committed slightly less war crimes than Rain has, if you want to see a different side. And every other week on Mondays and Wednesdays, you can find me at the Bardic Inspiration Network and in both of the Tales of Exandria series. So if you're a fan of Critical Role and you need a little bit more of that Exandria goodness in your life, pop on over there, check us out. And I think that is it. You can follow me at Sapphic Soulful if you want. I post every once in a blue moon. And I will pass it over to Cassidy.
Hello, I am Cassidy. You can find me on Twitter at awkwardcassidy_, and I post there whenever I'm doing something cool. Usually, I did forget to post what we were playing today, but that's a me fault. And I have been Stick.
Thank you. I think that wraps us up. Brings it out, rounds it out. Words are hard sometimes, folks. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. Hope you join us next time, where we'll be seeing what happens forever. Cool. Thanks. Bye.
Woo!